Hi, I'm Lovely. Welcome back to my channel, The Lovely Life. Today I'm here with yet another interesting video. I will be channeling a famous inventor. You probably read the title. So we will be having Nikola Tesla from the other side, and he will be answering and probably sharing his message and also answering all the interesting questions that you guys sent to me. So that's what we are doing here today. In case you've tuned in for the first time, I am Lovely. I am a psychic medium. I channel basically everything from the light. Angels, guides, loved ones in spirit, alien friends, and so on. So I'm open to all the positivity out there. You can know more about my work by logging into my website www.thelovelylife.in. Also, in case you haven't done that already, do press the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time I put an interesting video out here on my channel. So stay tuned for all the interesting information Nikola has for us. So what I will be doing right now is taking in a few deep breaths and see if we have Nikola here, what he's got and how is his energy like. Let me just take a few deep breaths. Wow, I can see a young man with a beautiful smile, very, very similar to the photo I recently posted. Probably I'll try to put that same picture of him on the thumbnail because he is looking so sweet. In that particular picture, he's actually not smiling, but right now he's right in front of me, smiling, very pleasant looking young man. He's wearing black, a black suit, a formal suit. Oh, how sweet. He's actually, he was like moving his hands on his hair, and it's almost like he's getting ready for an interview. He says, thank you so much for this opportunity. He's very happy to be here. He's saying hello to everyone who is watching this video right now. So we have Nikola Tesla. Yay! So I will be looking at my laptop because I have all the questions written down on my laptop here. So let's see what we've got. Meanwhile, let me just ask him if he has anything before we go into the questions. He's showing me a very patient, calm energy. He's almost grabbed a seat and, he's taken a seat and he's waiting because he says he would love to answer all the questions from the subscriber. All right, so let's go. Okay, so the first question is, it's by Beth. Is your soul reincarnated on Earth? And she says probably as Novak Djokovic. So the first question for him is your soul reincarnated on Earth? Let me see what he tells. Wow, he says yes. And I guess by the question she means obviously after his life as Nikola, has he been reincarnated on Earth? He says many times. And he says some lifetimes were interesting, some were not so interesting. And Beth also asked probably as Novak Djokovic. Oh wow, he's giving a yes. That's amazing. Although I'll be very frank because although I have heard this term and probably I've read about Novak Djokovic, but I'm not sure exactly what he's into. So I'm going to be looking it up. Probably you can do that. And also if you have more information, I would love to know more about him. So yes, so both answers were yes. All right, so let's move into another question. Our next question is by Anonymous. What was the major lesson that you learned in your life as Nikola Tesla? Amazing. So he's giving me a lot. He says he started creating things or finding things out. So he probably, he never thought that he would end up discovering or, doing discoveries or inventing stuff. It all began with a curious mind of his. And it was all, he trying to explore things, how things work. Eventually, his motto was obviously to make life easier for others using technology. But there's more. He says, but the major lesson that he learned was so this is it. Everything that you plan doesn't go according to what what was a picture like in your head. So everything doesn't go as planned. That was his major lesson, because he says he was from the science background and all he did was, do tests and do everything scientific. So he was too much into logic. But there was this period in life when he realized there are so many outside forces which can change the outcome of anything that you're doing, which you cannot control. So that was his major lesson that he learned in his life as Nikola. Okay, so the next question that we have here is by Divine Existence. Hi, dear Nikola. He says, hi. How does it feel to get your name back by Elon Musk's Tesla company? Let me see what he's got. Okay, so he says he's talking about Elon right now. It's almost like his initial plan was something else. It's almost like that he wanted to give more credit of the whole thing that he used from his technology, Nikola's technology. I think that, if I'm not wrong, something induction, something in the kind of engine that is used in a car. I could be wrong, guys. Please don't send me hate mails. I try not to get too much information, especially about a person I know I'm going to channel. So anyway, so that's what he's giving me. So Elon wanted to give more credit than actually he did to Tesla before he launched that particular technology, that particular car or the engine. But someone, probably his marketing manager, suggested him not to do that. It's almost like, too much credit being given to somebody who's in spirit, and it would take credit away from Elon and almost, diminish his market value in the long run. And it was also like maybe, they were fearing he could get some backlash, which he probably got for some reason. I don't know. Yeah. So give me more info if you have on all this on the comments. I'll be really interested to know more. So that's what he's giving me. But again, he says no judgment. He's just giving us what we should probably know. But no judgment, or absolutely, for him or anyone else. Obviously, from the space he is right now. In spirit, there's no judgment. So that's what we got. So Divine Existence also has another question. Are you friends with Edison in spirit? So, wow. All right. This is beautiful. Here's what Nikola says. So he's mentioning okay, so this is something I have probably shared with all of you before. I hope I did. So as soon as, a soul from earth reaches you can call it heaven, or, leaves the earth plane, you can call it the light or the source, there are a set of people who are already there to welcome him or her. Because for some people, death can also bring in a lot of shock, because if they are not ready, and there's a lot to understand. There's so much going on. It might, there's a life review that we call it. It's almost like you see, like a movie, everything that you did, every thought that you thought, every life that affected your deeds and words. So yeah, so it's a long story. I might do another video on that, on life review someday. Anyway, so there are these set of people who are already there. Mostly there are loved ones. So in his case, in Nikola's case, he had his immediate family. He had his mother, he says. But apart from his immediate family, from the bloodline, there were also these friends from his same field, like, scientists and inventors. And interestingly, he says there were these, a few of them were actually his rivals in his life, on earth plane, but it was almost like their energy was so much in touch with each other that they were ready to welcome him, because so much, because especially when you are from the science background, you are so much into logic and afterlife. It takes a while to get the hold of it. So Edison was one of them. How incredible is that? How cool is that to know? So everybody who is discussing, all the controversy theories about their rivalry and stuff like that, doesn't matter. They're happy in spirit now. So yeah, that's his answer for the question we got from, who was it? Divine Existence. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry, I have not written the name of this person. I beg your pardon if you're watching this. So the question is, will your technologies and inventions come to light this year or in the near future for the use of humanity as a whole? As I was reading the question, he already said, well, it has. His inventions has come to light, some of them. But yes, that needs some effort, he says, on the side of humanity. He mentions to use technology for the benefit of mankind is another art in itself. He's using the word art. Yes, so that's passion. That needs some guts, he says. So that would take some time, but yes, he's happy with the progress on Earth. Yeah, that's all he's giving me. All right, moving on to the next question. Okay, Megan. Hey Megan, if you're watching this, Megan says, I have been pushing on Tesla to please surround Ukraine with his energetic defense wall that has been shared with several countries to prevent wars. Wow. Please have him guide the collective on how we can start. That's a beautiful question. I'm sorry guys, I just paused because that question took me to another zone, because I immediately visuals start coming in, and seriously, my heart goes to everyone who's in Ukraine and even the soldiers from Russia, because war is never an option, even for the person who is fighting it, he or she, whoever it is, even for or against, it's never a good space to be. Trust me, it's never love, it's never peace. So my heart goes out to everybody who's dealing with it directly, or whether it's protesters, whether the families being evacuated, whether they're family members who are left out in the country. Oh my God, I cannot tell how sad this makes me. Anyway, let me see what he's got. And I'm actually tapping into his emotion as well. He's very unhappy, but again, he understands the spiritual side of this. He says, it's almost like I have to give you exactly what I'm getting. So this collective, the war, the fight that is happening between two countries, it's almost like collective energy being catapulted into something tangible. It was already there in the air. Also, the pandemic made it worse. Yes, so obviously, it's almost like, if I have to, for lack of a better phrase, we manifested it. Yeah, sorry, don't shoot the medium. That's what he's giving me. Okay, so what else? He wants, okay, so Megan wanted to know, and Megan is mentioning the energetic wall. I'm sorry, I'll have to read that again. Energetic defense wall that has been shared with several countries. Please have him guide the collective on how we can start. So oh wow, he's actually folding his hand. He's praying. When you are not directly involved, when you can, all you could do is just share a meme. And yes, he is actually mentioning social media. or you can do is just share a meme or or a post, whether you are for or against or whatever you're feeling. That's the least that you can do on social media. That's the least that you can affect the impact. All you can do is pray and more pray. Send them healing, send them energy, and he is actually mentioning each individual. Anybody who is actually praying shouldn't feel that, oh my God, I'm like, miles away. How does it even matter? I'm powerless. Well, you're not, because this is what he's giving me. Every prayer matters. Every prayer matters. Write it down. Write it down. Okay, so that's what he's giving me about the question. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Malmom, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. She wants to know, so it's similar to the question that we asked before, where Beth was asking, is your soul reincarnated, which we got a yes, for which we got a yes, Malmom. So, but she further goes saying, if yes, where and does. Okay, so the whole thing is, are you incarnated now? If yes, where, and does this soul contract has anything to do with your previous incarnation as Nikola Tesla? Yes and no. Okay, how? Yes. So now we know that obviously he has been incarnated. He said multiple times. That's what he gave, in case you missed on that question. He says every lifetime spent by a soul has some. We have lessons, but there's this term. Add-ons. It's almost like you take something from every life. Each life you learn lesson. It's almost like those energies get attached. The powerful ones, good or bad, they get attached to your soul, and you take it to the next life. Whether you use it or not, whether it plays some role in your life, it will depend on your free will and other things. So there's so much. It's a complex concept. So yes, his life, his scientific background, he being an inventor and all those, this has certain effect in other reincarnations, and he's mentioning multiple, just like any other lifetime. And why no? Why he means like so not necessarily. It would mean if a soul has had a life where he was a doctor, he has to be some kind of a doctor. It's not necessarily. It also depends on soul contracts and many more things. Yeah, but there are possibilities. So yeah, free will plays a main role. So again, I have forgotten to mention here on my Word document the name of the person who asked this. I'm really sorry. But this is the question. Describe one of your previous lives which inspired you to be Tesla. Again, he's mentioning it's just not one life which inspired him. So it was so much was in play. There were multiple lives, plus his soul contract majorly was about curiosity and exploration. So that was that major soul contract inspired his life as Tesla. The beautiful Tesla. Okay, this is a fun question. Anonymous has another question. Can you tell us something or anything about you which we do not know? Which is not there on Wikipedia or Google. So guys, I'm just don't think I'm like, I didn't stop channeling. I was actually trying to remember something that he told me as I was typing these questions before the session. I don't know if this is mentioned anywhere. If yes, please tell me. Do some research, guys. Put some effort. Please help me out. He says he was a big fan of music. That's number one. He's got more. And he's also mentioning plants for some reason. He used to watch trees and plants for hours. Again, curiosity. So people might think he was all about machines and engineering, scientific stuff, but no, he He was very close to nature too. He was a sensitive child, he says. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Actually, I just want to thank all of you for letting me do this, because if you guys don't send me questions, I can talk to him all the time, but this helped because I can get so many different perspectives from all of you, and also I can do my own channeling. So it's really fun, and I too get to know so much from the other side. So thank you for that. Okay, Andrew wants to know, how soon will the nations truly unite? What will be the catalyst? Okay, oh wow. That's surprising, but because, okay, so I got, the first question was, how soon will the nations truly unite? As soon as I finished this question, I got really soon, which is generally not the case when these things happen. So, oh my God, I'm like so happy to know that. What will be the catalyst? Okay, so there will be a lot of interventions from various nations for and against, which could actually be the catalyst of chaos getting worse. But the fear of chaos getting worse could actually make them make some strategies so that there's no more war. It's almost like they would end up realizing, like, war isn't an option. War is not the option. Let us do this instead. If that actually happens, that's like so good. That's so beautiful. Pray, guys. Yeah, so I think I've covered all the questions that I received. We have another question by Anonymous. This is something that my daughter would love. Your thoughts, this is for you, Nikola, your thoughts on black hole and dark matter. So when you say your thoughts, it's like, I can make another big, huge episode or video on that, because it's actually a vast subject, even though I'm not a science freak, but I know that because there's so much to talk about black holes. But again, it's something you have to give us for the viewers. Okay. Everything that is out there about, when he says out there, that is printed text, videos, and all those things. So everything that is already out there about black hole and dark matter, just multiply it tenfold. So that's the amount of data that still needs to, I'm just making sure it's tenfold. Yes. So he's confirmed. So that's so much that still needs to be discovered and found. Wow. Can you imagine? Yeah, I think that's enough. That's like open-ended, what is it? Open-ended conversation? Yeah, find more about it. Okay, Namita has an interesting question. What's your take on the energy healing techniques used by us? And do you have any add-on techniques or tips for raising our vibrations to higher frequency? When I asked what's your take on all the energy healing techniques used by us, he said, it works. They work. In case you were guessing. And he's mentioning Reiki, energy healing, pranic healing, breathing techniques, anything, everything is energy, right? Crystals, sound healing, all yoga, flow of energy, using your own body. Yes, so all of those work. He's actually mentioning, when you ask add-on, he feels binaural beats. Binaural beats, in case you haven't ever heard the term binaural, please look it up. I use them a lot for my meditation. It helps me work with my third eye a lot. I can, if the sound that I'm hearing is quite good, I can immediately feel a tapping on my third eye. So that helps. Even if it doesn't help you open certain chakras, it would definitely help you feel the chakra. Where is the space? And trust me, that's the first step. So yes, but he feels that binaural beats are not being used to its highest potential. It should be used more. In fact, he's mentioning it can be used on mainstream, healing diseases, which you can, if you can, you look it up. There are numerous videos, but people just don't give them so much importance. So remember his words, coming from an inventor himself, and also now he has a bigger perspective now that he's in spirit. Remember his words, all these energy healing techniques that are there on earth, they work. All right, so I have covered all the questions that I received from all of you beautiful subscribers of mine, but I do have a very interesting question. I would definitely call it interesting because I've been wanting to know. I've seen numerous videos on the number 369. They call it the, Nikola number, Tesla number, and a lot of people use it for manifestation. But now I have the opportunity to ask him, what exactly is it and does it work? Well, he says, I will answer the second question first. He says, yes, it does. It works. And okay, so he's mentioning the power of numbers. He doesn't want to go too deep into that. Numbers have power. Each number has its own frequency. Each number has its own power. It has value. Get it? So yes, every number has a certain value. Every number has a certain frequency. Every number has a certain power. That's in short about numbers. Plus, when we talk about the number 369, he says, so it has a lot of other things playing around. So when we say three, he's mentioning actually three worlds, as in the earth, the sky, and spirit. So it's almost like the combination, but also, so it begins from that, then it becomes bifold, then it becomes 9, which is almost like an ending and a new beginning. So this combination is almost like, it's like a cycle. It begins and ends, and it encompasses everything that is, everything that exists around us, beneath us, above us, everything. Oh my God, that's so much. So how does this help in manifestation? Because, okay, there's an important tool which, if not applied, nothing would work, which we know, which I have mentioned on the video that I posted about vision boards. So I'll be coming at that. So this is what he's given me. He says, so 369 used for manifestation is almost like, our intent coming into play, that we in the physical plus all the, all the cosmos and everything else. Okay, so it's all like, physical self, astral self, plus all the cosmos. So everything coming into place to manifest that particular desire. Plus what I was talking about, that he was mentioning as we were talking, is the power of belief. Even if it's a Nikola Tesla number 369, it has a lot of power, it has science behind it, spiritual stuff. It won't work if you don't believe. You probably know it by now. So yes, that's what makes it more powerful, the power of intent, the power of belief. But anyway, now I know if someone asks me why 369, I'll be making another video on that, an elaborate one, so that you guys can manifest some awesome dreams of yours. Okay, so we have come to an end of the questions for Nikola. Before we close, I would love to know what is his message for everybody who is listening. All my beautiful subscribers or non-subscribers, do subscribe though. Let me see what he's got. Oh, he's so sweet. He's actually folding his hands again. He is actually requesting all of us. He says, it's a humble request. Do not become the slave of the technology. I'm going to write this down. Do not become a slave of technology, because he's specifically mentioning, his lesson that he mentioned in one of, when he was answering one of the questions, major lesson. He said his inventions were all about making life easier on the earth plane, making it easier, helping people build something, do something, create something, or live their life in an easier manner. But that shouldn't hamper their well-being. When it starts doing that, what's the point, he says. Yeah, we know we are all addicted to our phones and stuff like that, scrolling pointlessly through Instagram. I can't say I don't do that. I do too, but I'm working on it, keeping my phone away, or plugging off, if that's a term. Yeah, so unplug. So that's his humble request. I'm going to repeat it in case it didn't register. Do not become a slave to technology. That was beautiful. That was so cool. Thank you so much, Nikola. Thanks for being here. And he's actually blowing kisses, and it's almost like, he has these people around him. It's almost like similar. He has probably Edison and also other inventors. It's almost like when he was mentioning, when he was requesting, it was almost like he saying this with other inventors. It was almost like it came in unison. Yes, because he says love is all that is needed. Technology should never be an alternative for love and companionship and beautiful conversations. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to thank you, all of you, for sending in so many beautiful questions, helping me put this out there, put his thoughts out there, which I've been wanting to do since long. My guides have been pushing me. So guys, do let me know in the comments anything that you tap into, any information that we discussed, anything that helps you or you get to know on something that we discussed. I would love to know all that. Do write in the comments. Before we close, I'm just gonna send love and healing to everybody around the world who is suffering because of the fight, the war situation that's going on, between the countries, and also if they are suffering with any other reason. My love and healing to one and all. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.